Hey everyone, Kuroda, Rob here. How's it going? Welcome back to Let's Get Real. This is, of course, for those of you who don't know, a series where I get real and I talk about more serious topics, more personal topics. I kind of give my complete, unfiltered opinion about things. So today I decided to finally break away from gaming. My first two videos were about gaming. One was about the PlayStation Classic and the other one was just about why I love gaming. But finally I think I decided to branch out a little bit, and today I want to talk about YouTube. Particularly myself and like my experiences on YouTube and just trying to make it on YouTube in general. Now, I've been going on YouTube now for, it's getting close to 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January. Although you'll see, like if you look at my About Me section, it says I've been a member of YouTube, or I joined in like October or something of 2013, I think. I think it was something like that. But I didn't really attempt to do my own channel until about 2 years ago. That, of course, wouldn't include the channel I decided to do with Walt, which was Select Player. You can actually find that in my channels tab. But anyway, that was like another Let's Play channel where him and I played games. But anyway, I digress. I just want to talk about, anyway, my actual experiences on YouTube, and as the title suggests, sort of like what it takes to kind of make it on YouTube, and sort of my outlook on my own channel, and just trying to make it on YouTube in general. So I guess I should start out by saying like why I started to do YouTube in the first place. And I did a video about this a while ago. It was well over a year ago now, just called Why Do I Make Videos? And I don't think very many people saw it, so I guess I could just reiterate it quickly here. And the reason I make videos is because, first of all, the nature of my channel, I love video games and I like playing games. And when I did the Let's Play channel Select Player with Walt, I had such a fun time and I really enjoyed doing it that I thought, wow, I could do this myself, you know? And when I moved away from Walt, I had quite a bit of free time at the time. I believe I didn't even quite have, well, I was employed, but I had a part-time job, and I had some extra time, and I've always been a person where I felt like I needed a creative outlet of some kind. So, I mean, I used to be into writing for a while. I used to be, you know, I like to draw sometimes. I haven't really been doing any kind of drawing in a while, but I like doing creative things, and making videos was always fun. I always enjoyed doing it way back when, even like when I was a teenager, when I had a website, I used to do like little GIFs and stuff like that, and I've always really enjoyed it. I took some video editing classes in high school and later in college and stuff. So for me, I mean, I wasn't a stranger to making videos, and I, again, always had that creative spark where I wanted to do something anyway. So for me, doing videos, it was kind of like, it kind of makes logical sense to me that I would eventually get to this point where I would have my own YouTube channel. It just for some reason took longer than I ever thought it would for some reason. Well, I guess the idea of making a YouTube channel to me was never like something that was on my radar up until, you know, the last few years. So for me, making a YouTube channel was really something that kind of sort of came out of nowhere. Although I think there was enough previous experience in other things, and enough love of like games, for example, and liking guys like the Game Grumps, and liking guys like the AVGN, and liking guys like I don't know, insert a famous YouTube gamer here, you know. But for me, those are some of the reasons why I started doing a YouTube channel. And the other reason, of course, is just like wanting to feel like I'm doing something that I believe in and that I really want to do. And doing this channel has pretty much been what has been pretty much been fulfilling that need for me. I work a pretty ordinary, like, you know, I want to say 9 to 5, but it's actually 3 to 12 essentially, 3:15 to 11:45 job. And that gets mundane after a while. I mean, it just does. And doing something like this really fulfills a lot for me, both in a, like, as a creative outlet, as feeling like I'm doing something that I want to do, and just giving me a general purpose in a way. in one facet of, in terms of like doing something, in terms of like a sort of goal, like kind of like a goal-oriented thing, and as a sort of way to continue to stimulate me creatively and whatnot. So that's in a nutshell why I'm doing YouTube. Now, in terms of making it on YouTube, which is what this video is really about, I think that there's a few elements to it that should be taken into account. First of all, there's an enormous luck factor, okay? For example, for me, when I did the 7 more characters that are likely to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video, which is undoubtedly my most successful video on this channel. It's got 113,000 views or something like that. I think it was a mix of being at the right place at the right time kind of deal, where I just released that video at a very good time and a ton of people watched it and a ton of people shared it, I assume, and it just happened to go not viral because it didn't get a million views or anything, but it got over 100,000 views. And I think it just was right place, right time. I had a good thumbnail. I thought the subject matter was good because at the time the Richter leak, for those who don't know, who watched this video, was a leak about Smash Ultimate where some person predicted that Richter Belmont was going to be in it, and you know, and that person apparently data mined the game and said Gardevoir is going to be in it, blah 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 blah. And I had Gardevoir in the thumbnail, I had Skull Kid in the thumbnail. That's where those and those characters were heavily rumored at the time. So I think I just got lucky in a nutshell with that video. And I was able to get a little momentum with that and continue to do more Smash content, and that got me a lot more traffic to my channel. I think that luck component is huge when it comes to YouTube. I think you either A, being at the right place at the right time, like having a video that is very relevant to the to what's going on in terms of, like, for example, Smash Brothers. The Smash Bros hype this past summer was intense, and that's why I was able to garner so many views. And a lot of other people were able to come out of nowhere with views because of speculation. But it's stuff like that. It's being at the, you know, it's having a good meme, or having talking about relevant topics, or you could honestly be, it could be some really just random video that just happens to go viral because it's so ridiculous. It's like meme worthy, or it's whatever. I don't know. There's something about the luck component that is also hard to predict. You know, people also make videos that are relevant about topics that are happening now, and they don't get any videos. So it's an odd thing. It also, of course, the luck factor also you have to attribute to YouTube's algorithms, which many people complain about. And whether or not your video even gets shown or recommended or whatever. I mean, that's a huge portion of that as well, is how does YouTube's algorithm affect your video, and how often do you, or who promotes your video, or are you promoting your video on other platforms like Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, or because those things are actually extremely important too. And you know, that's, I think, a huge component to having a successful video on YouTube. Now, having one successful video on YouTube, or even a few, does not make you a successful YouTuber. That's something completely different entirely. I actually think that the people who are the successful YouTubers are the ones that grinded and kept going and kept growing and kept trying to make their content better and better and better and better, and putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. It's tough. It really is tough to become successful at YouTube, and I think, I mean, for me, I'm a little blip on the radar, or I'm barely a blip on the radar. I'm a little like grain of sand amongst like an enormous desert, man. I'm a little fish in a very big pond, and that is it's a challenge. It really is to be successful at YouTube and become, you know, become I don't want to say like a YouTube star, or to become to make a successful career out of it, say, is a really difficult thing. You really got to have good content. You got to have people behind you. You got to have a following. You have to be continuously growing. You have to put a lot of time and effort, and in some cases, for the really big YouTubers, you got to put money into it. It's a lot of facets to it for somebody to become successful on YouTube. And there's people actually who have lower, I say, putting money and stuff into it, that may be something for the bigger YouTubers, but there's plenty of people who have become completely successful in YouTube. Sorry, I'm turning my phone off. But there's been some people who've been really successful on YouTube and haven't had the best quality videos, haven't had the best, haven't put a ton of money into their videos, but garnered tons of success. So it's hard. YouTube's a tough one because sometimes there are certain factors that can be huge in terms of like you making it on YouTube, but it's also again very much luck based, and I think it just depends on whether or not people like you half the time as a person. That's also part of it. So what does it take to be successful on YouTube? I don't think, honestly, a lot of people really know what it takes for people to be successful on YouTube. Those factors that I mentioned are important. I think having a big social media presence is also important, and there is a sort of who do you know kind of factor as well, because channels will often piggyback on other channels and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I think it comes down to something very simple, and it's, do people like your content? Are you being honest with your content? That's a huge thing. I think people really like honesty, and I think when people try too hard to be successful and they just aren't themselves, it's a problem. And then there's also the whole big issue of false positivity on YouTube, which that'll be a whole different video that I want to actually discuss at some point. But that is a huge factor in terms of in terms of being an issue on YouTube, in my opinion. But I really think personally, to try to salvage this video because I'm meandering a bit, I really think that being yourself is a big component to it. I think there are 3 things that you can do on YouTube that will help you maybe not be an instant success, because guys, if you're in this to have a video that goes viral and be an instant success and be a Logan Paul, or be one of these idiots, like Logan or Jake Paul, or if you're trying to be someone you're not, if you're trying too hard to be successful, you're just not gonna make it. You might maybe, for example, have one video or a couple videos that make you a success, but I think having a following and a good subscriber base and a good I don't want to say gimmick, but a good format to your videos is going to get you successful. It's why PewDiePie is successful. It's why the Game Grumps are successful. It's why Markiplier is successful. I mean, people like these YouTubers because they offer something unique, and they are being, for the most part, themselves. I think that's why a lot of people love PewDiePie. For example, PewDiePie, a lot of people, it gets a lot of hate, I know that, but I think PewDiePie, people really like PewDiePie because he doesn't kowtow to people. He always just does what he wants to do, and he has taken a lot of heat for a lot of things, but at the same time, it doesn't change it. It hasn't changed him or changed what he does, and I think people respect that. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of variables to it, like I said, but I think the best way to be successful on YouTube is, as I was saying, 3 things. First of all, be yourself and do what you want to do. That is number 1. Number 2, I would say, is to allow yourself to continue growing. That's important. And I'm not just talking about growing your channel, whatever. I'm saying don't be afraid to try new things. If you get an idea, to do it. Don't be afraid to completely change your format if you feel like it's not working. And to also just get better at making videos in general, get better at editing, get better at all those things. These are all things that I need to continually work on. And along with that is you have to put a lot of time into it, because putting time into it is integral, and you're not going to be successful if you upload a video once a month and hope that you're just going to get a following. I upload videos many times a week, as you guys know. I realize a lot of those are Let's Plays, but the point is that I like to try to have regular content just for people to know that I'm still there, you know. I know the Let's Play formula is probably to some people kind of tired, and also the Let's Play formula is not super unique, but there are plenty of YouTube Let's Players. I think what makes my Let's Plays unique is the way that I approach Let's Plays. I don't try to speedrun. I don't go for, you know, I don't strive to be the best. I don't even really go for a comedic approach, which is like something like the Game Grumps do, for example. I know I always reference them, but I really like the Game Grumps, and they're also some of the most successful Let's Players on YouTube. I just try to make it feel like I'm hanging out with you and we're just chilling and playing a game. I'm sure there's other YouTubers who do that too, but I also feel like I have a unique cast of characters that I play games with, and I also feel like when I play games by myself, it's a valuable thing, and I think it can also be pretty unique. So I will say, for myself, I realize Let's Plays aren't the most unique format, but I also, for myself, try to branch off as well. So regardless, don't be afraid of growing, don't be afraid of trying new things, and don't be afraid of trying to totally reformat your entire channel, because there's nothing wrong with doing that. And alongside that, I would say the third thing, don't stop. Like, as simple as that. Don't stop. Don't stop doing it. As soon as you give up and you throw in the towel, or like I said before, you just update or upload videos on like a somewhat regular basis, you gotta have consistency. Consistency is really important. Don't stop. Keep going. I know it's tough. It's a grind, man. Like, for me, this whole channel has been like a grind for almost 2 years now, and I'm finally, in my opinion, seeing success. Some people would say, oh, he's only got like 760 subscribers. That's not successful. But however, I've had one video get over 100k views. I've had several other videos now get over 1,000 views. All of my videos, there's not a single video on this channel that has no views. Every video gets at least a handful of views, and that makes me really happy. And beyond that, I've managed to capture an audience. That's the most important thing. Garnering a following, capturing an audience, engaging with your subscribers, engaging with the people that are making you successful, and trying to give them what they want to see too. That's all really important. I think people, you know, on a grander scale, I think celebrities and famous people and things forget that. They forget that, and even some YouTubers forget that. Like, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget, like, that there were people who supported you. You have fans that supported you, that made you into what you are. That's really integral. And I think, for me, if I ever become a big YouTuber, which I don't anticipate, by the way, I'm going to put that out there, by the way, I don't anticipate ever becoming a huge YouTuber. I don't even anticipate ever having a career on YouTube. I just enjoy doing it. And if you're setting out, if your goal is to eventually make a career out of YouTube and to eventually become successful on YouTube, that's great. Everybody wants to be successful on YouTube. But don't expect it. Don't be entitled to it. Certainly don't forget about the people that made you successful. Don't forget about your fans, your subscribers, that are the reason that you are having any kind of success whatsoever. I don't exaggerate when I say I am grateful for each and every one of you for watching my videos, for continually looking at, even if you're somebody who doesn't watch the Let's Plays and you like the live streams, or you're somebody who doesn't watch the live streams and only wants to watch the Let's Plays, or even if you're somebody who was only here for the Smash content, or if you only want to watch these types of videos, my vlogs or my Let's Get Real series, I am grateful for whatever it is. Even if this is the only video you ever watch on my channel, I'm grateful for it, because you are helping me continue to grow. You're helping me. Each new sub is important. Each new, like, I don't care. I promise you guys, I will say this now, with 760 subscribers, I would say it was 760,000 subscribers. Or anywhere in between, or 7.6 million subscribers. It doesn't matter. Anywhere in between that, I promise you guys that, like, that is one of my big things, is that paying attention to you guys and engaging with you guys and making content for myself, of course, number one, but also content that you guys like is what I strive for. So I just want to say, for myself, what does it take to be successful on YouTube? Be yourself. Do what you want to do. Don't be afraid to grow. Don't give up. Keep going. Be consistent. And be grateful for, like, the large amount or even the little amounts of success you have, because, I mean, I feel, for me, I have 760 subscribers. I think eventually I'm going to get to 1,000, which that could take another 2 years. It might even take more than that. That's fine. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. Because not stopping has made me successful already. And I don't know. And I also really think that building a community has also really helped me become successful as well, both on YouTube and in Discord now, with the Discord server and everything. That's branching out is also another aspect that's really, really important. Unfortunately, I hate social media. I really do hate social media, but I think using Twitter and using, I wouldn't say Discord. Discord is not social media. I actually really like Discord, but using Twitter and stuff like that is something I've got to get better at, to be honest with you. But using social media to help promote your platform is also really important. But yeah, those things are really the most important thing, man. And I'm not going to give up. I'm, as the title suggests, I am not going to give up on continuing to do what I want to do, and continuing to try to give you guys the best content that I can. And although sometimes, like, with, you know, working, you know, for myself, working a full-time job, being married, traveling a ton as Rachel and I do, a lot of people who are, like, regulars on the channel not really even living close to me, and not being able to do, like, collab stuff like that super often, like, although that gets difficult sometimes, and it makes it harder for me to put out content regularly, and it makes it harder for me to branch out a lot, I'm not gonna give up. I'm just not. I refuse to. I've already invested so much time and so much effort into this channel. I've really, I think, created something so far that's become very successful and that I'm really proud of. And I've met some amazing people, and I've, you know, made relationships with people that I never would have otherwise had it not been for the channel. And in fact, as I've said before, I have rekindled relationships with people that I kind of hadn't really talked to very much because of the channel. So for all that, I don't know, I will not stop. I refuse to stop. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble, guys. I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, who watches this video, as I said before, who watches any of my other content, who's subscribed, whatever. And if you're looking to become successful at YouTube, I think you need to, I think it's a good idea to have perspective, and I think it's a good idea to try to sort of reassess what your idea of success is. Is your idea of success having, you know, millions of subscribers and making a ton of money? Or is your idea of success doing what you want to do, be unapologetic about it, engaging with people, meeting with people, making content and growing? That's what my idea of success is. I've already been successful with YouTube. I could lose half my subscribers but keep my core audience and maybe average, I don't know, 20, 50 views a video. I still feel like I've succeeded. Even if I were to give up tomorrow, I would feel like I'm succeeded. So, you know, but I'm not going to. But guys, if you're stuck in a lull with your channel, if you're feeling like it's not going anywhere and you're not happy with it, maybe reassess what you're doing. But if you believe with what you're doing, just keep going, man. You'll eventually get successful. I don't doubt that eventually I'm going to be even more successful than I already am. So, with that, guys, I don't want to ramble anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching this series, and I will see you guys very soon. And to all you guys, good luck with your channels. I really, really wish you guys the best of luck and all the success on YouTube. Peace, guys. Bye.